as you somewhat know, Madam Secretary, I'm a bit Johnny One Note on implementation. As you well know, a lot of people have no idea about all of this. People just don't know a lot about it and get the answers. I just tell you, I just see a huge train wreck coming down.
I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. They say that a hero can save us. I'm not gonna stand here and wait. I'll hold on to the wings of the eagles. Watch as we all fly away.
The great fundamental issue now before our people can be stated. It is, are the American people fit to govern themselves, to rule themselves, to control themselves? I believe they are. My opponents do not. I believe in the right of the people to rule. I believe that the majority of the plain people of the United States will, day in and day out, make fewer mistakes in governing themselves.
Those hospitals in New Jersey where the doctors said they wouldn't treat anyone who paid their hospital bills through Social Security, those hospitals and every other new hospital, the American people own. And what they do in England is entirely different. In England, the entire cost of medicine for people of all ages, all of it, doctors, the choice of doctors, hospitals, from the time you're born to the time you die, are included in a government program. But what we're talking about is entirely different.
We must provide hospital insurance for our older citizens financed by every worker and his employer. That is $1 a month during the employee's working career.
I am proposing today a new national health strategy. The purpose of this program is simply this. I want America to have the finest health care in the world. And I want every American to be able to have that care when he needs it.
Now, the American people, if you put it to them about socialized medicine and gave them a chance to choose, would unhesitatingly vote against it. We had an example of this under the Truman administration. It was proposed that we have a compulsory health insurance program for all people in the United States, and of course, the American people unhesitatingly rejected this.
Bill Clinton ran for president in 1992. He campaigned heavily on providing a universal health care program for all Americans. On January 25th, 1993.
That's why I believe that every single American has the right to affordable, accessible health care. A right that should never be subject to Washington politics or industry profiteering, and that should never be purchased with tax increases on middle-class families, because that is the last thing we need in an economy like this. Folks are already having a tough enough time.
Well, I think the election changes that. It's pretty clear that the president was reelected. Obamacare is the law of the land.
Pardon me?
How many Americans do you think know to navigate?
I have no idea.
I don't remember saying that everybody in the country would have a lower premium. And everybody will have lower rates, better quality care, and better access.
Last week, your employees who are a member of the National Treasury Employees Union sent a form letter for union members to send in to ask they be exempt from the exchanges. Why are your employees trying to exempt themselves from the very law that you're tasked to enforce?
I know there's new information coming in on the president's health care law, Obamacare, that you're just beginning to absorb. Tell our viewers what's going on.
Yes, this just came out on the Treasury Department's blog today. The Obama administration is now saying that companies with more than 50 employees will now have an extra year before they're required to provide health coverage under the Affordable Care Act.
Are still unconvinced about Obamacare 3.5 years after it passed Congress. Only 31% of Americans say that the new health care law is a good idea. 30% say they understand the law and how it will affect them, while 69% say they do not. And here's an interesting point, too. 52% believe that the cost of their health care will go up as a result of the law.
Anytime you're implementing something big, there's going to be people who are nervous and anxious about is it going to get done.
Families will never be secure, our businesses will never be strong, and our government will never again be fully solvent until we tackle the health care crisis. We must do it this year.
Steve Honig here. I'm back. Ross? Hey, has anybody seen Ross?
Down here, Dad.
Oh, there you are, little buddy. Hey, Ross. Payback's a bitch, buddy.